श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री सद्गुरु परमात्मने नमः। सर्वमहर्षिभ्यो नमः। 48th श्लोक। न वेदयज्ञैर्जनैर्न दानैर्न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः एवं रूपं शक्य अहं नृलोके द्रष्टुं त्वदन्येन कुरु प्रवीरा। Substance. O Arjuna, hero of the Kurus, this cosmic form of mine, no one other than you has seen in the world of men. By my grace you have seen it, and it is impossible to see me in this form. By Vedic study, by sacrifices, by rites and rituals, and even by terrible austerities. Commentary. It should not be misunderstood that Vedic study, yajnas, and other rites and rituals prescribed in the Shastras are all useless. Without devotion to the Lord, these acts do not yield the highest results. Austerity by itself cannot lead to God realization without devotion, bhakti. Whatever may be the efforts, unless the field is watered, there is no harvest. So also the works of men bear no fruit without devotion. 49th श्लोक। मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावो दृष्ट्वा रूपं धीरमीदृङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य। Substance. Having seen this cosmic form, do not be fear-struck and bewildered in mind. Free from fear and with gladdened heart, behold again this former form that you wish to see. Sanjaya now narrates what the Lord did afterwards. 50th Sloka. Sanjaya Uvacha Ityarjunam Vasudevastatoktva Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyaha Ashvasayamasa cha Bhitamenam Bhutva Punah Saumyapur Mahatma. Substance. Sanjaya said, O King Dhritarashtra, the Lord, having thus spoken to Arjuna, showed his gracious form again, and the great souled Lord, having assumed his graceful form, consoled the terror-struck Arjuna. Commentary. It is twice said here that the Lord showed his gracious form. The first may be the four-armed form of Vishnu, and the second may be the human form of Krishna, the charioteer. Arjuna speaks to Krishna. 51st Sloka. Arjuna Uvacha Drishtvedam Manusham Rupam Tava Saumyam Janardana Idanimasmi Samvruttaha Sachetaha Prakrudingataha. Substance. Arjuna said, O Krishna, having seen thy graceful human form, my mind has become calm and untroubled, and I have attained my natural state. The Lord explains the greatness of the cosmic form which Arjuna had seen. 52nd Sloka. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drishtavanasi Yanmama Devapyasya Rupasya Nityam Darshana Kangshanaha. Substance. The blessed Lord said, this form, the cosmic form which you have seen, is most difficult to see. Even the gods are ever desirous of beholding that form. Commentary. It is very difficult for the common man to see the cosmic form of the Lord. Perfect purity of mind, stainless devotion, and an entire submission of the human personality to the Lord. These are essential conditions to see the Lord in his cosmic aspect. Therefore, it is said Sudurdarsham and not merely Durdarsham. The idea is that very few could see God in his universal aspect. 53rd Sloka. नाहं वेदैर्न तपसा न दानेन न चेज्यया शक्य एवं विधो दृष्टुं दृष्टवानसि मां यथा. Substance. That form of mine which you have seen is not possible to behold either by Vedic study or by austerity or by charity or by sacrifice. Commentary. The same idea as in the 48th verse is emphasized here. Good in themselves, these practices like Vedic study, charity, etc., do not yield the highest reward of God realization without devotion, bhakti. The Lord declares the open path to God realization. For 54th sloka. Bhaktya tvananyaya shakya ahamevam vidhorjuna gnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha paramtapa. Substance. O Arjuna, I of his form become possible by single minded devotion only, to be known, to be seen, and to be entered into. O scorcher of enemies. Commentary. In the previous verse, it was stated that God realization is not possible by Vedic study, sacrifices, etc. In this verse, it is explained what makes union with God possible for man. This verse is therefore very important for all seekers. They should understand the full significance of the idea and realize it in practice. It is here declared categorically that by single minded devotion only the Lord could be known, seen, and attained. Ananya Bhakti is emphasized in several places in the Gita. The mind should not be attached to anything in the objective world. It should be centered in the Lord as the sole refuge, as the most beloved, and as the highest goal. Devotion that is not shared, that is not tempted away from God, that does not desire anything other than God, is single minded devotion. Man's mind is generally possessed by worldly things, and only a part of it is offered to the Lord. This is not Ananya Bhakti. When the mind is not distracted by anything material, it acquires divine power and thus attains the Lord. Three stages of God realization are mentioned here. Gnatum, to be known; Darshitum, to be seen; Praveshtum, to be entered into. In the beginning, man acquires knowledge of the nature of the Lord. Even this is difficult because it requires deep study and correct understanding of the Shastras. At this stage, the Lord, though his nature is understood, he is quite far away. This is Dvaita. Then, in the next stage, the devotee is able to see the Lord face to face, have a clear vision of God in whatever form he contemplates him. Now, there is no doubt in all about his existence because he has directly seen the deity. The second step is higher than the first. God is seen like a leaf or a fruit in one's own hand. This is nearly the state of Visishtadvaita. After long and arduous practice, the devotee becomes united with the Lord, Praveshtum, like salt in water, like raindrops in the ocean, like water in milk, the devotee is merged in the Lord. Then there are no two entities, the devotee and the Lord. The Lord alone is. This is the highest stage. This is perfect Advaita. The aspirant should not stop anywhere till the highest goal is reached. The first is the nearness of God, Samipya. The second is the vision of the God, Sarupya. And the third is the union with God, Sayujya. The natural progress of man towards God is explained thus in this verse. Every aspirant should move forward from the first to the second, and from the second to the last and ultimate state. It is for this reason that the Lord has stated Gnatum first and Drashtum next and Praveshtum last. Suppose somebody tells us that he has seen a good and beautiful, highly relishing fruit in the market. What is our reaction? We are interested to go and see the fruit, then to buy it and eat it. At first, we have come to know of the fruit, gnatum, and next we go and see it, drashtum. And finally, we are fully satisfied by tasting the fruit for ourselves, praveshtum. The last is the state of the Jivan Mukta, the liberated man. It is moksha. We come to know of a house, see it, and then enter it. Thus, one should approach God and realize Him. Everybody should attain the highest Advaitic realization even in this very life. Then only he is free from the bondage of samsara. The Upanishad says, Yada he vaisha etasminnudhuramantaram kurute atah tasya bhayam bhavati. Even the slightest separation from the Lord causes fear. When there is fear of anything, it is not perfection. So, every aspirant should strive to attain the Lord, Praveshtum, and free himself from fear. If Vedic study alone could lead to God realization, the illiterate shall have to go without it. If austerity alone should lead to God realization, the weak shall have no hope. If yagnas and dhyana alone could lead to God, the poor shall have to be where they are. As it is declared by the Lord that by single minded devotion alone He could be realized, every human being can aspire for God realization by pure and uncontaminated devotion. Thus, out of His compassion, the Lord has revealed the easy path of God realization to all beings. Question: what is the way to God realization? Answer: single minded devotion. Question: what are the stages of God realization? Answer: knowing Him, seeing Him, and being united with Him.